Yes, Alberta delivered that last jack right into the ditch. So Ontario has the jack now. And Ontario chose once again to put its mat up quite a distance and to throw a jack that was about 6 feet from the ditch.
Not sure whether that was a good
That's
idea to take the jack so far, Jack.
No,
It's not giving themselves much room for error
No.
in the event that their weight is a little off, you know?
they have to be very, very sure of their weight if
That's
they're playing
right.
this kind of game.
I'm not sure that that's a good plan, but
So even though Ontario threw the jack, Alberta had the first bowl, and Steve's bowl, as you saw, has come to rest about a yard behind the jack. And I think Johns is going to come to rest a little further than that in front of the jack. Steve's second bowl perhaps has a bit more weight than Johns did, but we'll see how far past it slides. Good way past, but he's still in play.
that's right.
John for Ontario.
I love these deliveries. They're just beautiful. They're
Yes.
sweet as the nut, as my old dad used to say. Yeah.
Of that type of delivery, that's an excellent example. The idea being that when you're finished your delivery, your foot has to be either on or completely over the mat,
That's
within
right.
the confines of the mat. And as you take a look at these bowlers, that is exactly what they do.
Yeah. Failure
John's
to do that.
delivery with his foot in the air is
Yeah.
every time smack over the mat.
That's right, yeah. And that, if in the event that does not happen, it constitutes a foot fault, which can be called by the umpire. Seems to be getting a little warmer now, Jack.
Yeah,
Do you feel that? Boys have got their sweaters off now, and the short sleeve shirt is the order of the moment.
Now there is a
Yes,
nice
a
shot
beautiful
from
ball.
John. Very nice weight.
Yep.
That
Have to
puts the
remember-
pressure on a bit.
That's
Oh,
right.
boys.
Of course, we tend to forget, you know, that the grass is possibly drying out a little bit now, and the weight factor has changed.
That's possible too, yes.
Steve chasing after the white thing. He's got it right into the ditch. Playing very well, Steve, today.
And he
Very
has
well.
followed the jack into the ditch, although perhaps, a foot away. We haven't seen the markers come out. They should be out to indicate the position of the bowl in the ditch and the jack in the ditch.
That's right.
Oh, someone else I see is using them
Yes.
along one side and another
Sure.
rink. It does help though to have them in because you
Right. Yes.
have a far better idea of where you're throwing your.
There we are.
Here we come.
There's Lyle placing the ball and the jack markers on the bank behind the green.
So it looks to be what, about 15, 18 inches between the jack
Yeah.
and the bowl in a ditch, both of course in play.
Yeah. The interesting point is that the jack has moved almost right onto the center line where the number 6 is placed.
Yes.
If people can see that on their
Now I
pictures.
wonder whose bowl that is right out in front.
Not sure from this point.
I can't see the
No.
can't see the marker on it.
No.
But it could be closer than to the jack than the bowl in the ditch is to the jack.
Possible.
It's a possibility.
Yes.
At any rate, that was a wonderful tactical move to get the jack into the ditch.
Yes. If Alberta are laying shot here and they maintain this shot, one would have to suggest that the game is possibly slipping away from Ontario here.
Mhm.
They really
Both
have
very
to-
difficult to come back
Yes.
from that
Yes.
difference.
Lyle Adams plays the backhand.
Thanks.
Quite a bit of room to make another shot here.
Oh, there is room, although it is not necessarily an easy shot because you have to stop
His length was immaculate. It was just the line that was
Yes.
a little adrift there. David Anderson comes back to the mat to try and see if he can get just that little bit closer. I'm not sure. It could possibly be that they do have the second shot,
It's hard to say.
Ontario, but we'll assume that they have and see if David can get one really close.
It may be possible for him to get in for shot at this point too.
Yes.
No,
That's right.
no, he is not going to bend enough to get close to shot.
Yeah. John Devonshire indicates that he's about a yard away from the jack or the ditch, whichever comes first.
Oh, I think he's certainly much more than a yard away from the jack.
Yes. Yes, the weather seems
But
to
you
be...
have to stay focused in a game like this
That's right.
to know exactly
Yes.
whose bowl is whose
right.
at an end like this. And it's not not an easy thing to do when you're standing at the other end of the
That's
rink.
right. Yes, the weather is beginning to cooperate a little bit.
Mhm.
I think we may just get through this game without a lot more rain. Lyle coming in, his weight looks to be perfectly judged here. Oh dear.
Oh dear. I don't think that he's done any damage with that though.
No, whether that, I think that was the Ontario
That
bowl
was an
that went
Ontario
in.
bowl that he promoted a bit. But I still think his own bowl in the ditch is
Yes,
pretty difficult to beat. Not 100% unbeatable. I mean, I think he can.
yes.
I think he can get through with this, but the weight has to be so razor edged. Yes, and it's taken before it hits the bowl in the ditch. Which is another reason, of course, for using the markers at the edge, because
That's right,
if
yes.
a bowl that is a dead bowl
Yes,
happens to move either one, you know exactly where to put them back.
that's right. Interesting to note that bowlers now are beginning to get into the, can you believe, weight training and also the stationary cycle training just to keep themselves fit during the winter and even during the course of the bowling season.
It's not that bowls is a game of strength by any means.
Yes, that's right.
It's a game of mechanics.
Yes, and general good overall fitness, that's what it's all about.
Overall fitness permits you to
Yes,
to do the mechanics of
Yes.
of the game properly. But I hear so many people say, "No, I couldn't play that because I'm not strong enough." You know,
this game it doesn't apply. This
it's a
looks like
stamina. For instance, the other
Look
day,
at this bowl here. If he stays on the green,
he has stayed on the green.
and possibly second shot.
It is possible.
Yes. Well, I think Lyle, if he's going to play any shot, might want to play that ball into the ditch. In the event that he does have the second shot as well, which I sort of doubt. So let's see the shot that Lyle plays here. He might just go after that ball just to push it into the ditch. It will not be a live ball if it is.
But it
turned
would
into the
indicate that
ditch.
he has second shot.
Yes. Yes, Lyle's not going to be short to this. He's definitely, I think, after that ball. And I think he might be very, very close here. Oh, what a
Oh.
beautiful try.
Very nice try.
Yes,
Very
Lyle,
nice try.
Lyle Adams playing some very good balls here.
I have to
Excellent
say
balls.
that David's bowl that he was apparently going after was
Yes.
a beautiful bowl.
Yes,
You can't control your weight much better than that.
that's right. Yes, David's saying to John, maybe I should play the other hand. I don't want to push our ball into the ditch and take it out of play. So, yes,
And perhaps give his opposition an extra couple of points.
probably a smart move, I think.
I think that's wonderful.
Mm. No, he's still going to play that hand.
The thing is, he could go for short on this.
Well, it's
You
always
know,
possible.
I think it's there, but
Look,
not the way he's approaching it.
uh,
No,
gone out of play.
I shouldn't have said that, actually. I think that if he had been able to bend around, he'd have to come around
That's right.
considerably more to the right, but I think a shot was there.
Interesting to note, I've noticed
1 point.
in this game that this hand going down towards the scoreboard, but the left-handers have completely stayed away from it, but the right-handers on occasion have played it. So
Yes.
there's another tactical move as well. So obviously the left-hander doesn't find a lot in this backhand coming down towards the scoreboard.
Well, after 11 ends, and there are 7 to go, this begins to look like an unsurmountable lead.
Begins to look that way, yes.
Begins to.
Yes.
Miracles can happen, and one big end for Ontario could turn this thing around.
That's right. And then when a thing like that happens later in the game, it can shake the foundation of the opposing team and bring on some very unusual shots that wouldn't normally be played. That's where pressure comes into play.
Yes.
But anyway, Steve has bowled his first ball and has come up probably close to 2 yards short. He won't be too happy with that. Even though it is a long jack, you really, having played this many ends, should be getting closer on a regular basis. Yes, and same with...
This is where your mental attitude comes into.
That's right.
It's harder and harder to stay 100% in focus
That's
as
right.
the game progresses into the very late ends.
That's right.
And sometimes fatigue takes over too.
That's right.
Particularly in conditions such as they've been playing in today, the
Yes.
rain and the rest of it.
Yes.
It does take it out of you.
And the cold weather can have an effect on your hands. You have quite a bit of a job gripping the bowl. You lose some of the sensitivity out of the end of your fingers, and that has an effect, especially on older people as opposed to young ones. Not that we have any old ones here, that's for sure. They're relatively young men, all 4.
Yes, but as we indicated at the beginning, this seems to be experience versus youth.
Yes. Some important discussion taking place now. This is where I guess they are saying to each other, look, we've got to be starting to pull something out of the bag here. We just cannot go another end now losing shots. They've obviously identified that problem.
We have to start playing a little more aggressively.
Right.
Forcing the game to their opponents.
That's right. Nice to see it though in these young men.
Oh yes. Yes, this looks like
Obviously don't feel that they're out of the game yet if they can
no.
just get the act together.
a shot like this. I think if he
maybe
doesn't rack on that one, no, he did, but
No.
he's followed in, and I think he's shot.
Yeah, maybe that discussion was enough to turn the tables, at least for the time being. Nice to see it. Not just being bulldozed into any problems.
And it looks like an aggressive shot from Steve, too.
Yes, he's realised his mistake with his first couple of balls, and
He didn't take the jack, but he'd not by much. That would have been a wonderful trailing shot if he'd hit it.
not far away.
It's a nice ball, though. Nice ball in the back. John again. Just comes up a trifle short.
I just felt a bit of a strong breeze got up there for a couple of minutes, and maybe that was the reason for it. I tend to think it might have been. Hearing some applause of the final in the ladies singles championship. Not sure who won yet, but it would appear Saskatchewan has won. Laura DeWalt winning the ladies singles. Laura
If
from
that
Regina.
score is true,
Yeah.
25-24, what a game it must have been.
Yes.
The marker is, oh, pardon me, yes, it was. Saskatchewan defeating Manitoba 25-24.
Look
That's
at this
as close
ball
as you'll
here.
get. Very nice ball from John here.
Yes, they're possibly lying 2 shots now, I think.
Yeah.
Has a very
But
good
that
chance
second
on
one
it.
placed nicely behind.
Yes. They know that they have to get some shots now within the next couple of ends, or it's looking a bit bleak if they do not. Quite a nice gathering of spectators. Laura de Bolt of Saskatchewan accepting congratulations from many of her supporters as Lyle steps onto the mat. I think possibly there
So
might
that
be
looks like a gold medal for Saskatchewan.
Yes. Looks like this may be a controlled weight shot. He might be trying to, well, a little bit of movement behind the head, and that's enough to distract him. So he steps off the mat, as he should do, and start again.
Yes, that is a problem now as people begin to gather
Yes.
to see the winners declared and the competitions going on this green.
Here's Lyle's ball going into the head.
Yes, and he went, oh,
He got the second shot out.
he's got the second shot. That was a nice shot. That was a very important shot for Lyle.
They have
I didn't think he could reach it, but
No.
of course I can't see the port from here.
I think Alberta begin to think, you know, if they only get one shot an end, whatever happens, we're still going to win this
Yes, they-
game.
Yes, they have to think of building multiple shot ends.
Yes.
So is David now. He has to think of not guarding anything or
Yes.
blocking anything, but putting shots in. He has one that can be promoted there. He has to come in on that side, which is his forehand, I guess, and a little light. I don't think that's still going to do him a great deal of good. He needed something more than that.
He sure did, yes.
I don't think he was going to be very happy with that shot. He has three more, however.
I wonder whether Lyle is looking at this backhand to turn his ball into the jack, possibly.
That would appear to be a very good move, I
Yeah,
think.
because the other hand appears to be covered by the shot bowler, which belongs to Ontario. And yes, in actual fact, that's what they're
Yes,
looking
I think
at.
he's going to come on his
Yes.
backhand and
Yeah.
attempt to raise,
Or even possibly get in there himself. We'll
or
see.
possibly
Yeah.
get in. So that, as long as there are two options, I think it's always
Yes.
a better shot.
That's right. Lyle?
Let's see what he does.
I think Lyle figures
He
he
has a
might-
little bit of weight, but no, he's going to curl over to the right.
Now
And he's going to push the shot in closer.
Now he has 3 second shots possible, 2 second shots, Alberta, but
Second shot, his latest bowl,
that's right.
as they say, is second shot. But that gives a bit more room to David here, who I think should try to come in for second shot at this point.
right.
He absolutely has to, being down as much as he is. And he's coming up short again.
Yeah, seems to be struggling a little bit now, David Anderson.
There's a little light on his weight here when he should have been a bit more aggressive. Now Lyle for Alberta.
Yes, he's playing the...
He's playing a fair bit of weight here.
Yes, not sure where he's on the right line here, but
Well,
shook up the head a bit. But
shook up the head. I'm not so sure that he would have called that shot, as it were.
David really has to take control here. He's got to draw another shot here. There is room to get in on his
He has to get in on a draw.
on his forehand.
He has
because
to be
he's-
right with his weight. He's been
Yes.
light on his last two shots.
Yes,
David can do it,
yes.
no question.
I'm not sure whether he's taken enough green yet.
He's coming up light again.
Is he?
I think he's coming up light, is he not? Maybe not.
No. Nice.
I wouldn't have seen that as a shot,
No.
as a bowl he would have hit.
Ontario still laying shot, I think,
Yes.
but not
Whether
by much.
whether
No.
there's two or not is
Yeah.
a moot point here.
No, I think it's just the one. I don't see another. All the other bowls appear to be Alberta's bowls, so I just wonder whether there's a chance that Lyle might just take a flyer at this and hope to get the Ontario bowl out of there. If he did, there might be a few shots in the waiting.
Well, at this point, Lyle can
Difficult
afford
to
a
see. Yes, he
can
afford
afford a
weight.
runner, a
He
flyer.
sure can. Yes.
That's why I would have questioned it early in the game, but this is a
Yeah.
perfect spot for it. When he's ahead as
Potentially-
much as he is.
Potential. I'm guessing a little bit here, but there's potentially a five-ender here. I think if the Ontario bowl is taken out, not being sure of the placement of the other bowls. If he plays his backhand, maybe there isn't a potential of that.
No, he's playing the backhand. I see
Yeah.
the weight indication there, just
Mm.
a little more than jack weight. Oh,
Yes. Looks like
Slid by.
Ontario have breathed again and maybe.
and contrive for a second shot. It's
Yeah.
there, I think. They need to, at least.
Yes, David Anderson walked back to the mat and.
He has his work cut out for him here.
Yes, yeah, but he desperately needs another shot
I
if he
think
can get it.
I think it's there on his forehand.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, no question. He has almost a ball just short of jack high that might deflect his ball into the jack if he manages to hit it in the right manner. Just a glancing blow on that side bowl there. He must be looking at that. That's what he's looking for. Let's see if he can do it.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Yes. He has
Looks
to
like
take-
he has sufficient weight.
He has sufficient
He
weight
has-
to reach the head, that's for sure. This is the ball. This one here. If he catches it,
Whoop. No,
very. Oh,
we'll have to look.
I think possibly it's gone against him. It was an excellent try, you know.
That was a good try.
I mean, that was the right shot to
It was
play.
the only shot to
Yes,
make, I think.
Yes. I
But
mean, they
the,
could have just
the
say-
Alberta bowl wasn't displaced quite enough in his
No.
own. Well, it's hard to say. It might need a measure. Who knows?
Yes. Yes, Steve indicating, I'm not sure whether he indicated he thought that maybe Alberta were shot.
They're going to measure.
They're going to measure, so we'll... John Devonshire gets out the bullet measure. There's another different sort of measure that can be used, which is acceptable by bowlers. Yeah, Alberta gains another shot. That's rather unfortunate,
That
but
is-
yes, it's beginning to look more ominous now, that score, isn't it? 10 shots
10.
ahead with 6 ends to go. It's-
10 shots with 6 ends to go. Not
Yeah.
impossible, but
yes,
under the conditions that we've seen today
yes,
and the way people are bowling,
that's right.
not too likely. Now, notice this, exactly a 6-foot mat and a long jack again. I'm sure it's going to be long jack.
Yes,
Seems to have been what they have decided is they're a 40,
that's right. Well, it's worked.
and if it ain't broke, don't change it.
That's right. Yeah, that's a... Here comes Steve with his first bowl. Bowled very well today. He's given Lyle a lot of help. There's no question about that. And not a mile away again, is he?
That's good.
Yes.
Well, if the Ontario team is trailing here in the pairs, the men's fours seem to be well up on Nova Scotia. They're winning
Yes.
26-11 in the 18th end,
Yes.
so that is obvious.
Yes.
We're declaring a winner. Do you think it's
Yes.
safe enough to do it?
I think so, yes.
And John has a nice ball. Probably in for shot, if I judge by the Measurement indication from Lyle to Steve.
Yes.
Now this looks like a nice bowl.
Uh,
Oh, he's going to slide by.
yes. The strength of Steve's game today is the fact that he's had balls in the head in good position,
Mhm.
you know, and if the skip's got that sort of stuff in front of him, he's going to be very happy and can bowl relatively relaxed, and that's basically what's happening here.
Yes. And this one is coming up short from John.
Yes. Definitely struggling, the Ontario pair, not quite getting it together. A little bit of disappointment showing on John Devonshire's face there with that bowl.
Although he has been smiling in
Yes.
difficult
Yeah.
situations. I think that he has what they call in most sports a lot of character
Oh, he
here.
sure does,
He's
yeah.
showing it.
Yes. Another excellent ball from Steve again, look.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, though, he's not shot. I think
No.
John is still shot.
Might be, yes.
It's hard to say.
This is John Devonshire.
John,
Yeah.
he seems to have some weight this time.
Yeah. Yes, he has the weight to reach the head this time, and possibly this might even be the shot. What a
It
great
is a
ball.
beauty.
Beautiful ball.
He has the shot for sure.
Well, let's see if
And
Steve can reply.
that's going to be,
Yeah.
that's going to put the pressure on Steve here and on Lyle.
Well, the way Steve's bowling, it's not going to be that difficult for him. He can reply to that last ball.
I don't
Tell
think
you
he
what,
will with it. Well, I shouldn't open my mouth this early.
He's played a great ball.
Because he
What
played
can-
a great ball.
That just pretty well says it for Steve's game today. Excellent bowling. Excellent bowling.
That ball was a little deceiving at the end. I thought it
Yes.
was going to die.
Yeah. It's
No,
because
it
of-
just continued on perfectly and took
Yes.
the jack. Well, now we're coming down to skip bowls in the 12th
Yes.
and the 13th end here.
Yes.
Lyle's looking at this as he
Yeah.
usually does, walking backwards just to see how the diminishing angles
Yes.
affect his shot.
See, Jan, Steve's wife, was really happy with that last shot of Steve's, and is sort of maybe scenting victory here on his behalf. I don't know, but the way that these two men from Alberta are playing, I really don't see a lot to stop them at this point.
Well, they have taken the
Exceptionally well.
majority of the ends here.
Yes.
There's no question of that.
Yes. Look at this bowl here. Are they bowling well or what?
That
They
is
say.
a wonder.
Absolutely beautiful bowl.
At any level of bowling, you
That's
couldn't
right.
want anything better than
That's
that.
right. Excellent ball.
In your national team, you'd be happy with a shot
Oh.
like that, wouldn't you?
Anybody in the world would be happy with that.
Anybody.
Yes. John electing to,
This is David now.
sorry, David, to play
Yeah.
the forehand, the hand that he has probably found better than most.
Yes.
He's very close.
Very good, very good. Oh,
goes by the head. Excellent try.
He was so close
So
on that.
close, yeah.
But the point was that if he'd hit the jack, and I thought he was
Yeah.
going to, he would have pounded it back against an Alberta ball because they
right.
were so well placed.
Yes.
Now another good shot from Lyle would
Yeah.
pretty well seal things, I think. Well, he's expressing his disapproval to the bowl,
Yes.
but it wasn't up to his previous bowl, and the other one was.
Well, we'll
perfect.
see what happens.
This one was light. There's no question.
He's close again.
Oh.
Just wrecked by a front ball.
However, that has now opened things up a bit.
Sure has.
For his next bowl, what will Lyle do here? He's coming in on this same hand. It was, oh, look at this.
Hasn't played this hand very often.
No, he hasn't, but he's going to come to rest and still in play.
And a good positional
And
ball in the event.
Yeah,
yes.
a good positional ball, yes. That's not badly situated at all.
No, it isn't, yes.
But as David comes down to this next bowl of his, he has a slightly clearer path than he had for than that for his previous bowl. It's a lot more open.
David Anderson, skip of the Ontario pair. Trying desperately to get back in this game, although it's getting a little late.
Yes. He has weight, he has the weight, he has the weight, he's got the jack. Oh, but the result is...
The Alberta ball goes back with it.
Yep. And he may be lying second shot at this point. But it wasn't the result he would have hoped for. Lyle's going to try his backhand on this one, although he is lying at least one. I would judge from this position at least. Oh, very nice. Oh, shot Alberta at this point. Probably two, and that would really put Ontario in a very difficult position. Now David has his work cut out for him. It's not unreachable, obviously. But it will take a good deal of finesse to get this. And it is going to come up short. They've decided on the shots. And it's 2 for Alberta. After 13 ends, 18-6 for Alberta over Ontario. And Steve still doing what has been working for him, using a 6-foot mat, and he will likely... Oh, Lyle is calling for a jack that is much shorter than they've been using. And Steve puts it pretty well where Lyle wanted. That's considerably shorter than they have been using in the last few ends. Steve using his forehand, a left-handed bowler. And comes up a meter short, 3 feet short. John seems to have sufficient weight. And his ends up in a good position behind the jack. Roughly the same distance. Steve again. using the other hand. But still shorter than he would like to be. John trying to think this one through. Playing the same side. And this time with a bit more, with a fine weight, fine weight. About 8 or 10 inches from the jack. Very well placed. Jack high.
Like an
Steve's going to follow that one in, and he is not quite as close to the jack as John was, but altogether a fine ball.
Well, John's not going to be short with this ball. I don't think. He looks to me like he... No, he is short too.
Tad,
Yeah.
but not badly placed. He has shot, however.
Yeah. See, Lyle is starting to play positional balls just to keep the score sensible. He doesn't want these boys getting back at him with a big end. Basically what he's starting to do now is to match the ball so that there's no big scores against them. They have a commanding lead here, 18-6,
Yes, 18-6.
playing the 14th end.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't hurt the two Ontario boys now to start playing very adventurously. Just
Well,
in
I
the
would
event
think
that
so.
It breaks, you know, it might just go their way.
After their conference that they had, I
Yes.
thought perhaps that's what they
Yes.
were going to be doing.
Yes.
Cast a bit of caution to the winds.
That's right. Well, one thing we have to remember is these two young men have a lot of years ahead of them. I mean,
Yes.
Nobody's going to say, oh, they shouldn't have done that if they do that. If they go and take the game to the Albertans,
Yes, right.
take it to them and go for it.
Well, Lyle doesn't have too many difficult choices in this particular shot.
That's right.
Of course, he wouldn't mind chipping his own in there for shot,
Getting
but
close to doing
then
it.
he did it.
And he's got the
just
shot.
Beautiful. Oh, what a well-judged shot that was.
Seems like everything is going for Alberta.
Well, if he hit that shot on the other side, he would have chipped it in. He
That's
came
right.
out on the inside and wicked off,
Yes.
and himself became
Yeah.
the shot ball. That was a beautiful shot. Just wonderful.
And of course, there's a saying, you know, Jack, when you're playing well, the nice things happen to you.
Yes.
You know,
The breaks
the
happen.
breaks happen, yeah. When you're struggling, you can't seem to make them work. Yeah.
He has to come with some weight this time, and he
Got
is.
it.
Whoops. And he racked on the front.
Well, that was a question of having to do that. He just
Yep.
couldn't get at the head.
No.
There's too many balls in front, and he had to open it up. So
And Lyle just has to come and plunk them back in.
yes.
Well, that's... I would judge that Lyle knew what his line was and where he wanted it to be.
Yes.
And David comes heavy again. Ooh!
Taking his
And
own ball.
takes his own ball out. But that's what you want to do. You have to
Have to open it up.
become, as you said, a little more adventuresome.
That's right. There's nothing to lose now. They have everything to
No,
gain.
no, they
so-
have nothing to lose now by doing that. But some of the breaks will go for you and some against you when
Yeah,
you.
I'm afraid that one
when
went
you're
against them
yes,
too.
it did.
Could be 3 shots down now, I think.
Yep, he's down 3, I think.
2 shots.
Well, one. Hard to say. That's what I was wondering why. Yes. No, he is attempting a block here, I guess.
I'm
I
not
think
sure.
that side is still available. I think that side is still available. I think David probably... No, he's going to send a very heavy ball down here.
Yes, another one.
Oh, and he misses everything. He said he could never do that again. He'd bet against it. I'm sure he couldn't. You'd almost swear he'd get something on the way back.
Lyle is just placing blockers, I think, by
Yeah,
the
just
sound of it.
blockers now, and
Yes.
he seems to have a big end here. And
Yeah, nice to see the young fella smiling.
Yeah.
I like that. It's
Yeah.
a great attitude. They know that they're struggling. And
that tends to take the
Yeah, sure.
the tension off the shot.
that's
you know?
right, yeah.
That's very good. Yep. But Alberta has built a very good end on this one.
They sure have, yes. It's. Well, look at
Ooh!
this. Well, he's got the second shot out
He's
of it.
got the second
I think
shot.
so, yes.
I think he might have. And that was what John was
Yes.
communicating
That's
to him.
right.
That if he came down that way, he might get the second shot.
That's right.
19-6, Alberta over Ontario after
Playing the
14 ends.
Yes, playing the 15th. And
4 ends to go. Well, with 13 shots difference between the two and only 4 ends to go, I think we can almost declare a winner.
yes, it's getting that way. And
Almost.
it's almost
If
like
this were a political poll, he would be doing it.
Yes, that's right. It's almost like the young fellas are saying, well, what do we have to do to get a shot?
Yeah.
And to be fair to Alberta, they bowled exceptionally well
They
in
have
this,
bowled
in this
extremely
event.
well. I've been very impressed.
Yes. Yeah.
Very impressed. They haven't done many things wrong, if
No.
any. Haven't missed shots which have opened the door to the other
That's right.
team.
Mm. It's been a total team effort.
Yes,
Stephen has
it's-
given
it's-
that lot
they've,
of
they've been also very consistent, which is
Yes.
it's an 18-end game.
That's right.
That's the thing. Well, Steve comes up 4 feet short. Indication from his skip, Lyle. John just has to put this shot in.
Yes.
I
They
think
really
he's got
have.
that.
Yeah, I think they really have to try and relax and try and make a respectable score out of this now. You
Yeah,
know?
very nice. He's got a toucher. He hit the
Yes.
jack. That's what he has to do. He has to play this. They have to play onto the jack here.
Well, the British Columbia ladies appear to have won the gold medal in the fours event.
Over Saskatchewan.
Over Saskatchewan, yes.
Oh, nice bowl from Steve.
Final result of the Alberta-Quebec game in the ladies singles was that Quebec beat Alberta 25-14 for the bronze medal. Nevertheless, it's a fine effort by Chrissy Adams, the wife of Lyle.
So Christine
Incidentally-
finishes out of the middle.
Yes, but incidentally, the lady from Quebec I've been watching through the course of the week has bowled very, very well. Was
Yeah.
very unlucky not to be in the gold medal game.
Mm-hmm.
So
But that was a barn burner in the gold medal game for
that's right.
Saskatchewan over Manitoba, 25-24.
Yes.
2 shots, I guess, now for Alberta in this end. Another fine one from Steve.
Yes.
John's concentration.
Steve just bowling great bowls here. Now, what can I say? He's a left-hander, just like myself.
Oh, these port siders. Well, so is John.
That's right. Oh yeah.
John's a port sider too, and he just threw a fine bowl. Did you not see
That's
that one?
right, I saw
that
that
was a
one.
wonderful bowl that
Yeah,
John
sure
just threw.
was. Yeah. There comes Steve again.
Oh, it's good. He just tapped the Ontario ball, and I think at that point, a little closer to the pill.
That's right.
I rather like John's bowling style.
It is, yeah. But
He's one of the very best of that.
yeah, that particular type. Nice flowing motion.
Nice flowing motion.
It's typical,
Nice
of the,
ball.
typical of the stand-up delivery. You get some
Yeah.
people that stand
Yeah,
erect
he's
and upright, and then you'll get people like myself that are inclined to crouch at the start of the delivery. As long as the end result is right.
yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
So many people really put so much on delivery that they never
Yeah.
seem to watch where the bowl ends up.
That's right. That's right. Lyle playing his forehand, got a relatively easy shot here, nothing to be frightened of here. He can afford to reach it. He has the balls just placed behind the jack, I believe, to rest on. And I tell you what, I don't think he's that far away either.
I don't think so either. I think he's got a beauty.
Oh, what a
Oh,
beautiful
he's
ball.
got a beauty.
What a beautiful ball.
Oh,
Can't take it away from Lyle Adams today. He's playing some exceptional balls here.
yes, and I hope people like the national team
Yeah, people are
committee
watching.
are watching him.
That's right. I'm sure they are. Well, in fact, they are. I've seen one or two of them around, and one or two of the other national team players must be watching him with looking over their shoulders. Nothing's guaranteed in this life when it comes to national team.
Now there's a fine ball too. Look at this.
Yes,
Oh,
another great ball.
he's in there.
Another great ball.
David is shot at the moment.
Yes.
Great ball. But Lyle has no pressure at this point.
No, absolutely none. at all.
Absolutely none.
No.
He's at least second shot here. You know.
Yes, here's Lyle. Might even play a little bit of extra weight here, I think. No,
No, he's
pretty well
not.
the same.
No,
All
he's
the
not.
same.
He wants to keep drawing in,
That's
and
right. The way he's playing,
why no?
he can't
Once
miss
again,
anything today.
Look at this
going
Look
in.
at this. Look
Number
at this.
one. What a
Oh,
great ball.
Right
Excellent
onto
ball.
the jack after the wick.
Excellent ball.
As we say, if it ain't broke,
No, fix it. That's right.
boy, oh boy. And he was having such great success on that side.
Yeah.
It's going to take something very heroic for Ontario to even come up with one in this end, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
But if they come up with something, I don't think it's going to be more than one.
No, I don't think so. It's,
Well, the Ontario pair are still very cheerful about this.
that's right. They're not down at all. They seem to be handling it very well. I mean,
They seem to be enjoying the game.
Yes.
This is the
Yeah.
this is the secret, I think.
well, the thing I've been impressed with, they're still playing the right shots. You know, they're
Yes,
not
they
allowing
are.
they're
Yes.
not allowing the score or anything to
No.
alter their strategy that much as far as playing the right shots is concerned. So, not being rushed or howled into anything. They're
No.
doing it the way they do it.
They're not slow players,
That's right.
but they do consider everything by the
Yes.
looks of it. Oh, here
Yes.
comes a bowl with some weight. I think he has to have some weight, but he's out. His line is off.
Yes.
But that was not his last bowl.
That's right.
From our vantage point here, though, this looks open on our side here.
It does, yes, yeah. I guess Lyle doesn't want to give them anything else to use on this side, so he's decided to play the other hand, you know.
Mm-hmm. No, in a sense, I wondered why David was not playing this hand.
So did I, so... I mean, at this stage of the game, they're so far behind, just try anything.
Mm-hmm.
But they have their game plan and they're sticking to it.
No, he's coming on this side. This is what I thought he
Yes.
might have done on his last shot.
That's right.
Ooh. Ooh. However, he might have cut something down with that roll in.
Might have done, yes.
You never know.
Lyle is asking how much extra weight he needs. He's
And
gonna
not
try-
very much more, I
He's
would
trying
think.
to play outside that outside ball, so that in the event that the jack is moved over there with a hit from David, he might have a ball in place to stay shot. He's got a good line for this shot.
Got a good line.
Yes. Very good ball.
There it is. He
Excellent
stayed
ball.
in.
Right on. Yes. Lyle still playing the shots that are required. And Yeah. Yeah. John is saying if you're going to move the jack, you're going to have to come with it. Because if it goes by itself, we're in big trouble, which is already in anyway, so. Yes, John is looking at David's forehand and said if you can just trail the jet back and go with it a little, we might just be able to make something out of this. Lyle and Steve quite happy to, content to just...
They haven't got the problem.
They haven't got the problem, they're quite happy.
No. And once again, David has carried his bowl into the head.
Yes. Sometimes wonder when people are debating a shot at this stage of the game where it can almost detract from the continuity of your game and can...
Well, this has not happened very much in this game at all.
Yeah, this is obviously, it could be that they're looking at maybe after this end that the game is totally out of reach if they don't... Well, it is. It's virtually now out of reach.
Well,
we're talking only 3 ends to go after this one. I really don't see that it can be retrieved. It's quite conceivable that with a couple of ends to go they could even concede.
I think they could.
That's what they're looking at if they don't do something right here. The maximum number of shots they can get in an end is 8. It's virtually impossible the way that Lyle and Steve are bowling. That's for sure, but it has been done, but it's really very unlikely. It's some excitement gathering in the final of the fours event between Quebec and Alberta, I believe. Not sure what the score is, but we're trying to keep you up to date if we hear.
Well, now. Oh, he's coming in on this hand.
David Anderson coming up with a heavy ball. He's very close, says...
oh, he's cut something down.
I think possibly they might have a few shots there.
They might have something there.
We couldn't see the markings on the ball from here, but it's possible. Oh, look at this.
Oh, they take out two Ontario balls.
Yeah, very good. Excellent ball there from David Anderson.
Very fine. He was in deep trouble if he...
That's right.
He had made that.
They're measuring for the third shot. Yes, they really had to score then.
I think Ontario wants to get into double digits.
Yes, make it look respectable, wouldn't it?
Make it look more respectable. Oh, that was a good shot. That was... I'm quite surprised because I would have come in on the other hand, I thought, on that, but he knew the grass.
Yes.
He knew the grass.
British Columbia ladies team just passed us at the commentary position, all smiling and proud of their achievement, winning the fours. Alice Duncalf skipping.
Thank you. Well, we're going to be going for public service announcements again. We'll be back shortly.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Well, Ontario scored 2 shots in that last end. The score is now 19-9 for Alberta over Ontario. And this time, Skip David called for a regular mat, 6 feet or so from the ditch, and they have thrown a short jack. And at the moment now, after 3 shots, Ontario is lying 2.
Yes, Steve put his first ball quite well through, and will be looking to try and get one very close to the jack now.
But I'm sure he wanted it in that place.
I'm sure he did, yes.
And he comes in for a shot,
He's drawn
just
the
exactly
shot.
as you said.
Yes, that's what he was looking for.
Both those shots were exactly as he intended them, I'm sure. John.
Yeah,
Just a little heavy for the line that he had chosen.
John's weight is a little bit erratic, but
Just
yeah,
a tiny bit there.
yeah. But he won't be unhappy. He's got a back ball to match Steve's.
Yes,
But
he
they've
has.
really got to be looking for shots,
True.
almost to the point of.
And here comes a second shot from
Yeah.
Steve, and this one is right onto the jack, stays with it, and his skip is ultra pleased.
Yeah.
They work well together, Lyle and
Yes,
Steve.
very well. Yes,
Well, the other two do too. I mean, they
Yes.
wouldn't have got here
that's right.
if they hadn't been an incredible team.
Yes. Oh, this is an unusual ploy. The lead's taken a drive and has taken the second shot out of there. Alberto is just holding one shot now.
That's yes. That was once when it worked.
Yes.
But of course, you have to use
Like I said,
more aggressive means when you get into the game
That's
this
right.
far and you're down that
Yes,
much.
like I said a couple of ends ago, desperate measures have to be taken, and you either live and
Oh,
die by
here's
the sword, so to
Steve.
speak.
Steve coming in for a
Yeah.
second shot. Just a beautiful
Yeah,
bowl.
just playing beautiful bowls, but